Ahoy gamers, welcome back to Path of Exile as we continue to play through as a hardcore Self Found as a Ruthless character. Today's episode we managed to take on all of Act 2. We have a number of close calls as we make our way towards the end of the act, however our Marauder stays strong. As we make our way into Act 3, we'll end the episode, preparing us for Act 3, hopefully next week. So without further ado, let's jump straight on in. Ahoy gamers, welcome back to Path of Exile as we're playing through as a hardcore solo self-found on the previous Ruthless League. So I know that there's a new league out, is it like Keepers of the Flame or something along those lines. I'm still in the old Mercenaries League. I'm not going to remake this character unless he dies. So if this character dies, then I'll remake in the most recent league, but the league came out, was it like 3 days ago, so I thought, I'll just keep playing this character. He's quite strong, so I'm hoping he'll survive. As you can see here, we are in Act 2. The intention for today's video is to get through Act 2, hopefully alive. So you can see my normal go-to for Act 2, I always do the same thing over and over, is I'd always clear out, so just bonking these guys down. So every single time is always the same. So I go take out the mini boss in this cave, I make my way to the crossroads, go into the prison, then go take out the bandit. I can't remember what bandit's over here. Once the bandit's down, then obviously I head down to the west side of the map. So we'll just keep jumping in and out as we make our way through this act. So the first one will be us getting to the Great White Beast. Obviously we asked to keep an eye out for new weapons. If you don't know what Ruthless is, so hardcore so self-found is self-explanatory. So hardcore, if we die, we lose our character in the league. I believe now they've changed it, so if you lose your hardcore, you become softcore. So that's quite nice. So hardcore, if I die, I lose his character. Solo self-found, that is, I can't trade with other players. I essentially have to play on my own, which is fine by me. I'm happy playing on my own on these types of games. But Ruthless is the only change. Ruthless is a... So
Thank you, my ancestors. I will repay your gift.
So Ruthless, you have reduced drop rates of items and reduced everything really. Your experience gain is the same, but your experience gain for I've forgotten where I was heading off to be honest. Where was I heading to? That life regen's good. Fire resistance is good there, max life as well. Might be worth getting these around here. That life regeneration is quite nice. And yeah, I completely forgot where I was heading to. But yeah, so Ruthless is all about less drops. So you don't get support gems from quests anymore. You only get them as drops. You have to do a lot of farming if you want to get certain builds. And yeah, gear is harder to come by. Your support gems level up a lot slower, which is quite interesting. Your gems in general, not just your support gems. So I quite enjoy this game mode. It's probably the best game mode in Path of Exile, because this is just fun. Everything you do is a bit of a struggle. So the first challenge of Act 2 is the Great White Beast just here. Yeah, I'm not too worried about this. We are very strong. We have a lot of health regeneration, so we can tank most of the damage. And there we go. We've got some rare gloves here. I'd have a look at those in a second. I think they're better than what we've got. There are a couple farming spots. There we go. So we lose out a bit of armor, but we gain a load of resistances. So we want to grab that. It's not the best item we can have, but the resistances are nice. I can put Sunder back on. There we go. The reason I want to use Sunder is actually it's quite a good skill. If we can kind of get some upgrades for it, or get a decent support gem for it, it'd be good because it has some good range. We can see it just going off into the edge of the map there. And yeah, hopefully the rest of this act is relatively peaceful, because you can see my defense, health regeneration, my resistances are pretty good. And then health regeneration gain 39.5 HP per second, or life per second. So that's nearly 10%. It's around about 8% of my HP every second, which is huge. So if I can try and bump it up even more, I will. I have decided where we're going to go. We're going to make our way to barbarianism, and then we're going to get ourselves this hearty over here. And then after that, no idea. And here's the next challenge of Act 2. To try and fight Fidelitas. This weird creature here. He's quite strange. But he can be quite dangerous. But you can see my health in the bottom left. Don't really have much to really worry about here. I just hold down right click and he will melt. Perfect. And done. Yeah. I'm quite hopeful with this character. I've got a lot of survivability, which my last character did not have. And I can obviously teleport back home. Yeah, I've got a lot more survivability. Haven't really picked up any items. Just some trash on the floor, which I'm now going to go sell. And here we come to the first of the 3 bandits. I think this time around we're probably going to go for the bandit that's over here, in this map over here. Normally she gives you... Well, not normally. She'll give you...
Your trouble.
Plus 15 to all resistances, which I think we want. We just want to make ourselves as tanky as possible. So 15 all res, perfect. That'll do. And obviously here, you just want to slowly take Caitlin down. Just hold down right click and he will mount. So if you didn't know about Act 2, you've got 3 essentially bandits you have to take care of. You can choose to join one of them, and each of them will give you a reward if you decide to join them, or you can decide to kill them all and you also then get a reward if you kill them all as well. I can't remember exactly what rewards you get for each of them, but hey, I know that helping the woman that's all the way over here on the west will give you more resistances. We're going to now go to Fellshrine. There's normally a boss at the end of Fellshrine as well, so we're going to take that on. We have got this new skill here as well, this Molten Shell. We got that from handing in one of the quests. I think it was the quest for going into the prison just to the north, or the Chamber of Sins. And here we come to the second of the bandits, Mr. Oak, who for a while I kept calling Bob because I completely forgot his name. Did the area in the Fellshrine. Nothing really to call home about. Relatively easy. There was a little boss there, but it wasn't too difficult. It's the first time I've gone this way round. I normally go to fight the woman and the spider, then I come back here. But actually, see, if I help him, he gives me max life. But we don't want that. We want max resistances. So it makes sense for me to come and take on Oak first, and then we can make our way to the final one, which I can't remember her name. Alariel rings a bell, but I'm pretty sure it's not Alariel. Yeah, hold down right click and he shall drop. Also, I want to try and keep my magma shield on as much as I can, so when it pops it does a lot of damage. It does mean I can't pop steel skin, but hey, I'd rather have magma skin than steel skin. And he's almost down. Should keep this bubble up. I think at this rate we're quite well leveled, so we're still level 23. This area is level 19, so we should be good just to keep powering through. What I normally do, which I'll show you later, or maybe.
Your reign is over.
So,
King.
Once you go for these Vol ruins here, there's like a path that leads up to the final area, like a mountain path. It's the first place where you find rituals. I tend to farm that area. Just go back and forth, back and forth. Also, as this is no longer a... I didn't realise this was a thing, but as this is no longer the latest league, it goes back to just being a softcore character. So you can see I have no league mechanic anymore. So now it's come off the league. I've got all my other items on all my other classes that I've played outside of leagues. So yeah, I won't be using them because obviously that'll be a little bit cheating. And another boss. I like showing this boss because it can be quite dangerous. Because lots of spiders appear. You can see they are chunking my health pretty quickly. Just kind of move around a little bit here. I want to take out all these. Ooh, lots of levels just leveled up there. There we go. You do want to be a bit careful here. Just because of the amount of spiders that come at you. There we go. So the main boss is at half health, so it runs away. Just kind of want to sit in the corner if I can. There we go. So they should always be hit by my heavy slam. So I don't think you get any experience from this, which is a shame. Because this would be quite a good place just to farm levels. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Run. Yeah, okay, that was quite close. And I want to get out there again. And run away again. Right. This is getting a bit ridiculous now. Okay, he's down. Whew. Okay, that was a bit dangerous. But now they're down, I should probably respec to having a shield or something. But hey, I'm refusing to do that just for now. There we go. We can now leave and we can fight the last bandit. If these spiders stop spawning, they normally stop spawning, but obviously not that time. And here we go. Here's the last one, Elira. So I could either kill her or join her. If I join her, I gain 15 of all resistances, which is huge, other than chaos. And just like that, so we now have all the items we require to make our way into the Vol Ruins, which should be really useful. Obviously, we're going to do a bit of farming when we get into the Vol Ruins. By the Vol Ruins, I mean like the little area between the two. We'll probably skip through until. Oh, this guy's giving us something new. So we want ideally have more strength. Max life's useful, but go for more strength. Let's see if it's any good. Loads of strength. Yep, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, as I said, we're going to do a bit of farming. I probably won't jump back in until we get to the rituals. And then when we do the ritual, then on to the final boss. So I think other than that, we should be relatively safe. We have a couple items to hand in, well, one quest to hand in back here. So, Bestel. I think you give me a skill book, don't you? You do, awesome. With that in mind, we can now make our way towards this strength node here. So we want to get Hearty, we also want to get Bone Breaker with all of these, because we are using a mace at the moment. At least I hope this counts as a mace. Yes, it does count as a mace, awesome. We do ideally want to get a new weapon as well, because our weapon and our armor have kind of they're a bit outdated. So I think you can sell. Okay, yeah, there you go. There's new maces there, so I definitely need to keep an eye out for better ones. So that is almost better. And obviously I could upgrade them. 200 axes there. That's besides the point. We'll check the shop out, and then we'll see you in a minute. So I'm in the Dread Thicket. Which is one of the maps that comes off of the Northern Forest. The reason why we're here is because there's rituals in this area, and it's a high mob density, so it's quite a good area to farm levels if you can survive. Sometimes I do struggle here, and I do give it a miss. But you can see here there's lots of mobs, and I'd like to move through these mobs if I could, but it looks like I'm somewhat stuck. I was just taking those chaos orbs to my face. But hey, it's fine. There you go. You can now attack the mob, Scum Shriek himself, and this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. Oh, he's got full health. Okay, let's take on his cultist first then. Right, back to him. He's a bit naughty, he managed to get himself full health. I guess he has got a leech. Okay, it's better when his minions are kind of running at a weird angle, because they just don't hit me. And this guy is really annoying. I want to take this guy out so I can activate this shrine. And there we go. So I had to run back to town just to replenish all my potions. Here we go. Here's the first of the... Most maps will have 3 rituals. Here's the first. I just need to be a bit careful. I'm just watching my health here. So if you don't know what rituals are, you activated them and then a load of mobs will spawn. You just kill the mobs. And then they'll give you a score. So you see my score at the bottom here. If I click on here, it'll give me rewards. So I can see what I'm roughly going to get. So those will be... That's better than what I've got. And then... Yeah, so we'll see what we get for these items here. Looks like that might be a ring. So we want to go and do all of the rituals. So we get more ritual points. And hopefully get better rewards. But they're actually quite good for experience. Because loads of mobs will spawn. As if normally tends to be some form of magical or rare mob. Which is always nice. And you can see that they appear quite prominently on the map. So there's both of them up to the north. I just want to get as much experience as possible. We made our way to the caverns just before the final region. You see I'm using a different skill now. I'm just using Heavy Strike because I found this support gem on the floor. An ancestral cool support. So when I attack enemies within the area, will also be attacked by this kind of red spectre, which is the ancestral support. So every time I hit the enemy, bonk, like that, essentially I'll double or triple attack and hit either the same enemy or other enemies in the region. So it's quite a good little skill. Well, at least I enjoy it. It's better than having the other one, which you kind of had to rely on the AoE hitting them each time. I think the spirits have a guaranteed hit, or at least it looks like it's a guaranteed hit. So we're going to be using this for the time being. And you can see that it's doing a fair bit of damage. We should be able to survive this. Yeah, it's fine, we can survive that. We are picking up all these random items as well, because I'm hoping to find new gear. You can see that I've got a new mace. It's just one I bought out of the shop. Got new boots, which I used one of the upgraded essences I got in Act 1 on the new boots. And that's it. Yeah, I know I do have a new chest piece, but there's nothing to really call home about. I am trying to pick up as much gear as possible. And I should be able to make room for this. There we go. So this helmet here will replace my helmet, and this armor here will replace my armor. I just need to upgrade this. And I found a new amulet as well. Core amulet. Nice little amulet. So we're going to farm the caverns in this map all the way up until the boss. Until it gets level 30, so 2 more levels. That'll give me Hearty. Then it also then give me Recovery Mastery, so I can get 50 more life regeneration a second, which is going to be a huge boon. So here we are. I haven't leveled up to level 30. I think 29 should be good enough. We're going to try and take on the boss. Yeah, we're just going to not have the full amount of life regen, but that should be fine. I think our damage will be good enough. We just need to obviously try and dodge as much as we can. Also, we've got Vitality on, so currently our regen per second is 93, so that's over 10% of our HP. That's nearly a seventh of our HP per second. Okay, yeah, our damage is fine. So we'll just be a bit worried about our HP. That's the attack I'm kind of worried about. It looks like it didn't hit us at all. It's good. So when his ad spawns, okay, we can out regenerate all of his damage. And he should run away now. Perfect. Bonk all these guys down. And he's back. Good. There we go. Did half damage. I could have run away from that, but that's fine. And he's gone. That is Act 2 completed. Awesome. I don't think any other loot spawns. He just dropped a load of gold.
To you, Tukohama, my father of war.
And now we're going to make our way to Sarn. So obviously next episode next week should be us grabbing our
It
ascendancy.
is good to feel your worth
And
again,
I
Rummacle,
can't remember what
Father
ascendance this class has off the top of my head. I think there's like the Titan or something like one of those. So we'll just give that a go. And we'll just keep running through here, I guess. We'll get to the town and then we'll end this episode. So we'll do Act 3 and get our ascendancy next episode. And then hopefully... I'm feeling hopeful with this character. He is quite tanky. Obviously I need better gear. So we are going to have to farm a little bit. I don't know where the best places are to farm in this act. It'll be ideally be something where we can activate something for an event. That rituals aren't the best. Rituals obviously stop. I think it's probably where the tower defense kind of mechanic comes in. I think that's probably the best. But you can see how quickly these mobs are dying, so I'm not worried about damage. It's really just I need better gear. Because now most of my gear is now most of my gear is from Act 1.
I cannot do this yet.
Ooh, this guy. Guy that want to try and take him out. And he's just going to keep running, but he is running towards the next map, which is useful. And he's just gone. Okay, never mind. But here we are. Here is the Sun encampment. We'll just talk to everyone, but I'll do the outro. So if you made this far, thank you much for watching. The next episode will be out next Wednesday. As per usual, we have a couple of links down in the description below. The first one is to the community Discord. If you want to join the community, small community, slowly growing, you're all more than welcome. And then we also have 2 YouTube channels down below. One is to Mrs Rothmers Channel, which is called One Nerd to Rule Them All, which is all about fantasy lore. Then we also have a joint YouTube channel called Nerdy Miniatures, which is all about, that's not bad, more loads of life regen. We'll have a joint YouTube channel which is all about us collecting, painting and battling some Warhammer, so that's pretty cool. If you like that type of stuff, have a look over there. It's called Nerdy Miniatures. We also have a joint YouTube channel, that could be good. Yeah, so that's Nerdy Miniatures. So if you made this far, thank you much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Be well.
Peace out.